The compost really helped contribute to the story of sustainability and why we are doing sustainable farming.
The McManis family has been growing grapes in California's Central Valley for more than 84 years. In that time, they've expanded from a small, single vineyard to a vast grape-growing enterprise that includes 3,600 acres of vineyards and more than 15 different grape varietals. The family knows the importance of taking care of their land. They wanted to make sure that their farming was sustainable. Over a decade ago, they started adding compost to their grapevines. Earthcare compost is a material made from food scraps, food soiled paper, and landscape trimmings. It changed the family's operations in more ways than they had imagined. They are proud to reuse materials that had previously ended up in a landfill.
That kind of really contributes to the sustainability of our operation. It kind of tells the story, a product that was destined for a landfill, and now we're able to reuse that and keep that out of the landfill and ensure that, you know, this land is going to be productive for generations to come. It's kind of the circle of life, you know, something that came from the ground is now going back into the ground.
Results from the compost quickly caught the attention of the vineyard's VP of Operations.
One of the things that I've noticed about the waste management Earthcare compost is how fine of a material it is. It doesn't have a lot of coarse organic matter, which you really don't want. You want kind of that finer, that material that breaks down sooner and gets into the soil faster. Hardly any foreign material in the loads when we do receive it, which is huge. We don't want to be applying anything other than compost to the vineyard floor.
Earthcare compost produces an abundant and dependable crop.
So the biggest difference we saw when we started farming sustainably was the consistency in the vineyards from year to year, consistency in the growth and the quality of our fruit.
Aerial imagery, soil mapping, and testing allowed the team at McManis Family Vineyards to apply the compost prescriptively.
What we were able to do then is actually create a system to where we're applying the correct amount of compost or other nutrients in specific areas and not over applying where it's not needed. We're trying to do everything we can do to get that consistent flavor in the wines year after year, and using things like compost, and especially when you're doing it at that variable rate, you're able to kind of take some of those inconsistencies out of the vineyard.
Along with consistent yield and flavor, the compost achieved an important goal of retaining water and improving plant growth.
It has been proven that adding compost to the vineyard does decrease the amount of water. Our goal is to kind of achieve that 2% organic matter in the soil, and by doing that, yeah, it also helps you retain that soil moisture and make the water that you are applying more readily available to the plant. One thing we've noticed, especially in young vineyards, new plantings, just establishing that vine, actually having that compost and keeping that loose soil profile helps promote that root growth and in turn grow a stronger vine that we're able to train out.
Along with Earthcare compost and other sustainability efforts, McManis Family Vineyards participates in the Lodi Rules, America's original sustainable wine growing program. The program promotes practices that enhance biodiversity, soil and water health, as well as community and employee well-being. This impressive accolade not only benefits the earth, but allows the McManis family of wines to expand their sales.
There's a huge need or a huge want from the different stores to provide a sustainable product to the who's purchasing the product. So certain stores, they won't even consider selling your product in their store unless it is a sustainable product. So that's big for us to be able to kind of open up different opportunities and get into places that we normally might not have been selling our wines in. Now there's actually a want and a need, and they're approaching us wanting to sell our wines because they are certified sustainable.
To learn more about Earthcare compost and our other sustainable products, visit www.wmearthcare.com. To learn more about McManis Family Vineyards, visit www.mcmanisfamilyvineyards.com.